Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you with I've done a video before for kids or younger people saying like when not to listen to your parents. Today's video is going to be on when to when is it okay for your kids to hate you. Um, that's a toss up of a question, and I didn't have anything exactly planned for it, but it's just in my experience. I made one video, I figured I'd make the other. Um, it's got to be really, really, really worth it. You have to pick your battles. Think of it like what they're doing now. Will it matter 5 years from now? Like, are they letting their hair get too long, like I am? Are they getting piercing? Oh, piercings. I guess they can close unless you stretch the ears. But are they dyeing their hair crazy colors? Are they wearing crazy shirts? Are they wearing things that are inappropriate? Okay, so will it matter 5 years from now? Because if you're getting on your kid about the little things, they're not going to come ask for your advice or permission on the bigger things because they know yes, they know. They'll know you just be a hard ass about it, and that's not that your goal should be to be your best kid's friend, but just coming from my experience, if you say like, okay, you're not allowed to date till this age. Okay, well, I'm never fucking introducing you to any one of my romantic interests. At least I'm 18, but for me, it happened to be never. I never, and I'm 29, so it's not. If you want to be a part of your kids' lives when they get older, like you ever see the Goofy movie, where, Max says like, "Dad, I'm growing up. I have my own life now." And Goofy says, I know that. I just wanted to be a part of it. You're not going to be a part of it if you're just an asshole. Like, sometimes you need that, though. If it's like drugs or booze too early, yeah, go ahead. Go be an asshole. There's some things you can't take back, some things you can't get back. If it's, well, then again, I mean, my friend Chris, who had a lot of issues when he was younger, and it thankfully didn't permanently fuck up his life. But around like his early to mid 20s, he woke up. It's like, all right, I gotta get my shit together, and got an apprenticeship somewhere. He's doing some machinery work at shop, and he's taking care of his parents now. So yeah, so some kids like you just need to let them like go fall flat on their faces, and like after I got out of high school, and I got an apartment and I was working 3 different jobs trying to pay that rent, and I was struggling, man. Sometimes you just got to struggle. You got to let your kids struggle, let them do the wrong thing, because they don't, like for me, someone can tell me something and I'll know it's the right thing to do, but I won't 100% know or feel it in my soul unless I go out and do the wrong thing. Like, okay, yeah, just had to make sure it was the wrong thing. And the old person shaking their head like, I tried to fucking tell you, fucking dumb brown person. I was like, yeah, you did. You sure did. I was wrong. So sometimes that has to happen. But yeah, for the little things, dude, let those go. And I get it, what you're saying. Like, how are they going to respect the rules for the bigger things if they don't respect the rules for the littler things? Okay, just don't have rules for those littler things. Just freedom. Just encourage. Never discourage. If your kid sucks at drawing or sports or whatever, but they like it, fuck it, encourage them. Be like, hey, you know what? You're improving. You still suck, but you're still improving. If they want to be like whatever they want to be, don't discourage them, because everything that I wanted to try, a lot of things, parents like, no. And I swear I could have been good at so many different things. I was already an amazing bowler. I was very good at violin. It's just very intelligent, but the discouragement that could literally set your kid back years and potentially cost them millions of dollars. If you want to, I'm healthy. I mean, not saying give them everything that they want. Don't, because there's no sorrier person that's older that got everything they want, because they're not an adult. They're just a grown child You have to learn to say no. You have to make them work for things and appreciate things. If you just give it to them, that's like, I would much rather grow up the way I did. Again, born in Peru, first generation immigrant over here, and if I could do it all over again, I would, have the exact same thing happen. Um, Grow up poor because then you appreciate things. If everything's handed to you, you're so fucked for the rest of your life. It's not even funny. So I know that's hard to do, especially if you grew up poor and then you want to give your kids everything. I get that. I do. Like, and it's fun. Like, you want to say, like, hey, kid wants to go to, like McDonald's or Friendly's or wherever. Like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Let's fucking go. It does, but a lot of times you gotta be like, no. Like, and I'm not saying to make them poor, like make them miss meals. Although, let's face it, if you're all, you don't really. It's a good way to have empathy, though. Is to be hungry, like literally be hungry. And I'm not saying starve them to the point they're gonna have an eating disorder because they don't know when their next meal is coming from. But at the same time, like, okay, like, you're not really gonna appreciate hunger unless you are hungry, and I mean hungry. Um, so that's, again, just advice to parents. What did not work on me is too many rules, especially if you can't justify them. Like, okay, like, you guys can do this, but I can't. Yeah, I'm smarter. No, that doesn't fly. And again, your kids might be smarter than you. Like, that's just a possibility. That's part of the reason why I don't want to have kids. Is I have no idea how I justify telling them certain things when they're smarter than me. Like, if your kids are smarter, the best way, my friend Dan told me, is just like, listen, based on your grades and the way you figure things out, yes, your IQ is probably higher. You're smarter than me, but I've done this before, and in my experience, doing this, what you want to do, what you're going to do, it just doesn't end well for X, Y, and Z reasons. And it's just like, listen, I've seen that done before. People smarter than me, people smarter than you do that, and it just doesn't end well. And that could be whether you're talking about drugs, whether you're talking about, alcohol or whatever. Just so, like, listen, I have just experience. That's just what it comes down to. And, I love you, and I just don't want those things to happen to you. And, if it does, I'll be here to help always, because you're my family and I love you. But it's just not a good idea. It's just my advice. So, again, this is just things that would work on me. If someone were to explain it to me that way, I might have listened. Now, again, sometimes kids are stupid and pigheaded, and they're just gonna do what they want to do because that's how we learn. That, like, fuck, we're human. We make mistakes. Obviously, if you're an adult, like, at the age of, like, 30 or over, you know that we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. We have absolutely zero idea. There's no instruction manual that this comes with. But if you level with your kid, if you, like, try to meet them halfway, like, remember what it was like. Like, I'm still young enough to remember, like, and my mind is still that of, like, a fucking 14-year-old now anyway. All I want to do is play video games, eat pizza, and look at boobs. That's all kids are. They're just little people. But again, you gotta, if you meet them halfway, they're gonna be much more receptive about listening to you. If you just say, like, no, you're dumb, even though we are dumb, you can't go on saying, like, oh, I know everything and you know nothing. If you say that, like, that is the fastest way to lose respect. Because my parents said that, like, no, I'm the adult, you know nothing. At this age, is like, fuck you. Like, that is a horrible thing to say to your kid. Like, what? All right, I know nothing. I've been going to school for how many years? I don't know anything. Like, kids are smart. They are people, and some people are just naturally good at reading situations and reading people. And you are not your best around your kids. You're just not. You can't be your best 24/7. You're gonna fuck up, and your kids are gonna see that. Kids are gonna see every time you're angry, every time you overreact to a situation, and, like, a lot of times situations, like, it's not that serious. Like, it's not. Any problem you have, your kids are gonna pick up on. Again, they're a lot smarter than a lot of people give them credit for. So that's, try to explain, try to don't try not to react to things. Try to understand, and then okay, here's how I'm going to respond. Don't react. We get enough of knee jerk reactions from the government. Kids don't need that from their parents. Yeah, that's really the best advice I can give. So, the real Randy Chavez. Please, if I'm wrong on anything, please tell me why I'm wrong. Say what I'm wrong, and tell me what has worked for you. If you have a good relationship with your parents, or you have a bad relationship with your parents, and that's it. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.